Hello mga kamarada, sa kasalukuyan, ang Pilipinas ay nakakaranas ng inflation o pagtaas ng pangkalahatang antas ng presyo ng mga bilihin at serbisyo. Ayon sa PSA, noong February 2022, ang inflation rate ay 4.8% at kumpara sa January 2023, lubos pa itong umakyat to almost 8% na nangangahulugang may pagtaas ng presyo ang mga bilihin at serbisyo sa buong bansa. Ang mga pangunahing dahilan ng inflation ay ang pagtaas ng presyo ng langis at ang mga pangunahing bilihin tulad ng bigas, karne, isda, gulay at prutas. Meron din mga factors tulad ng supply at kahinaan ng pamilihan, pagsasara ng mga planta at produksyon at pagbabago sa mga pandaigdigang merkado ng kalakal. Ano nga ba ang mga iba't ibang epekto sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas ng inflasyon? Unang-una, pagbaba ng purchasing power. Kapag may inflation, tumataas ang presyo ng mga bilihin at serbisyo. Ibig sabihin nito, nangangahulugan na may mas malaking halagang kailangan pera kung mabili mo ang mga pare-parehong produkto o serbisyo. Dahil dito, nabawasan ang purchasing power ng mga tao. Number 2, pagtaas ng interest ng mga utang. Kapag ang inflation ay nangibabaw sa merkado, maaaring magtaas ng interes sa mga pautang. Ito ay dahil sa mas mataas ang risk ng mga bangko at lending institutions kapag may inflation, dahil maaaring mabawasan ang halaga ng pera sa susunod na mga taon. Sa kabilang banda naman, Miranda, ang mga taong may mga utang ay kailangan magbayad ng mas malaking halaga ng pera dahil sa pagtaas ng interes. Number 3, ang pagkabagsak ng mga negosyo. Kapag may mga inflation tayo, tumataas ang mga presyo ng mga raw materials at iba pa mga gastos sa pagpapatakbo ng negosyo. Kung hindi ito kayang ibenta ang mga produkto o serbisyo sa mas mataas na presyo, maaaring magdulot ito ng pagkabigo at pagkabagsak ng mga negosyo, Miranda. Talakayin naman natin ano ba yung mga iba't ibang monetary policies na ginagawa ng Bangko Sentral or ng Federal Reserve ng Estados Unidos para labanan ng inflasyon. Unang-una, increase the interest rates. Ito yung isa sa mga primary tools na ginagamit ng central banks to combat inflation is to increase yung tinatawag nating interest rate sa mga pautang at mga bank deposits. Higher interest rates can help to slow down the spending and borrowing, which can eventually help to reduce the demand, yung tinatawag nating demand destructions, and eventually drive lower prices. Number 2, Miranda, is to reduce the money supply. Another way to combat inflation is to reduce the supply by decreasing the amount of money in circulation. This can be done by decreasing government spending or increasing taxes, which can reduce the amount of money that individuals have to spend. Number 3, increase reserve requirements. Central banks can require commercial banks to hold more reserves, which reduces the amount of money that can be lent out. This can help to slow down the spending and reduce inflation. Number 4, open market operations. Mga central bank, Miranda, can also conduct open market operations by buying or selling government securities in the open market. By purchasing securities, the central banks can inject money to the economy, which can help to stimulate growth and reduce inflation. On the other hand, by selling securities, central banks can reduce the amount of money in the circulation and help to combat inflation. Pala, Miranda, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to click on like and subscribe so you're updated for everything about cryptocurrency, technical analysis, fundamentals, and these types of new knowledge for you in crypto. Maraming salamat. Noong 1970, si Paul Volcker ang isa sa mga pinakasikat na American economist na nag-serve as a chairman of the Federal Reserve from 1979 to 1987. Siya ay pinakakilala by ending the high inflation rates that plagued the United States in the 70s and early 80s. When Volcker took over as a Fed chair noong 1979, inflation in the US was at the all-time high with prices rising at the rate of around 13% per year. To combat this, si Volcker nag-implement ng iba't ibang mga polisiya designed to tighten monetary policies and reduce the money supply. One of the most significant move na ginawa ni Volcker is to raise interest rates, which he did aggressively. He increased the federal funds rates, which is the rate at which banks would lend money to each other overnight, from around 11% to 20% at its peak. This made borrowing more expensive and slowed down the economy growth, but it also helped to reduce inflation by making it more difficult for consumers and businesses to access credit. In addition to raising interest rates, Volcker also implemented a number of other policies to reduce the money supply or M2, including reducing the amount of money that the banks were required to hold in reserves and limiting the growth of the money supply. Ito mga polisiyang ito initially led to a period of economic hardship, including high unemployment and recession. They were just ultimately successful in bringing inflation under control. Sa Pilipinas naman, mga Miranda, nagpatupad din Nag-implementa ng iba't ibang mga polisiya ang Administrasyong Duterte noong panahong 2016 to 2022 para labanan ng inflasyon. May mga 5 uri ng kanilang mga polisiya na pinatupad, katulad ng una, Rice Tarification Law. The government passed the Rice Tarification Law on 2019, which removed import quotation or quotas on rice and replaced them with tariff. This was done to increase the supply of rice in the country and bring down prices, as the Philippines is a major rice importer. Number 2, price control. The government also implemented price controls on basic goods and commodities such as rice and oil to limit price increases and make them more affordable to consumers. Number 3, monetary policy. Miranda, ang BSP or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the Central Bank of the Philippines, raised interest rates several times in 2018 to curb inflation. This made borrowing more expensive, which can help reduce consumer spending and inflation. Number 4, fiscal policy. The government of the Philippines have actually implemented several fiscal measures to manage inflation, including the introduction of fuel excise tax, which aimed to generate revenue for the government and also discourage fuel consumption. At last but not the least, Miranda, agricultural productivity. Ang gobyerno ay tumulong mag-invest sa mga programa to increase productivity and reduce reliance on imported food. For example, yung plant program to encourage farmers to plant more crops and increase food production in the country. Miranda, these are just examples of monetary policies, political policies, fiscal policies that are created to combat inflation. The appropriate policy will depend on the specific circumstances of the economy and the underlying causes of inflation. It is important for policymakers to carefully evaluate the potential impact of each policy and to choose, Miranda, the appropriate mix of policies to achieve their inflation goals. I hope you've learned something in this video, and if you did, Miranda, please don't forget to click on like and subscribe to our channel para kayo po ay updated for everything about crypto, current events, news, fundamentals, technical analysis, and everything about crypto all in one channel. Maraming salamat, and I love you 3,000.
Subscribe, like, follow, and share. Sige na please, Miranda.